James One is next on my channel, Spring Mountain District. This is Riesling from the producer Smith-Madrone, 2016 vintage. Stay tuned and I'll tell you about this wine. So I have reviewed previous vintages of Smith-Madrone Riesling, that is 15, 13, 11, and 10. And I'll place those videos right here so you can look at that. So here's a map of Spring Mountain District, and you'll see that this is not even close to Carneros District, where you might expect, Riesling and obviously Chardonnay to be coming and sourced from. Now this is happening because it's on a mountainside or hillside, higher elevation, so cooler nights, to really help the wines to create the most amazing stellar signatures of Riesling and Chardonnay. The acidity is being renewed every night in that cool temperature zone. I think it's a fantastic wine. This is not to be compared against, say, a Mosel Riesling, and that's because of soil content, right? You're going to have the the slate content from Germany, and this is going to be a volcanic content soil. Now, is it going to be so markedly different you're going to notice that? No, not at all. I don't think so. But I think the stylization is not going to be that variation in the theme of a German Riesling. It's a Smith-Madrone Spring Mountain District Riesling. I've tasted many a California Riesling, and for me, this is probably the highest signature, and I would say in terms of, say, winemaking vision as well as quality. It's a dry Riesling, and I have to point that out because a lot of people, I've recommended this bottle to other people, and they're like, but is it dry? Yes, it is dry, 0.68 sugar, residual sugar content. And so I think that's the case in point where a lot of people are thinking Riesling and Gewürztraminer are going to be so superbly sweet. And that's because of a winemaking style, at least in the United States, for the provenance of US Riesling and Gewürztraminer. So those perceived German style wines translated to the United States, and in many ways, when you think of German wines, there's a whole category of sugar content based on tradition, based on stylization and need for, say, the table. Germany's done a great job of that in terms of marking those wines and naming those wines appropriately. And you'll see on some bottles a international Riesling scale, and that denotes the sugar content. Let me show you the label up close. That is the front and the back label. Now this is Smith-Madrone, of course, Riesling 2016 vintage, Spring Mountain District, Napa Valley, 12.8% ABV. Back panel for you to look at right here as well. Splendidly well-crafted bottle of wine. Of course, that very nice green tinted bottle. The Riesling bottle format or silhouette, and I think it's a really proof positive of beauty in a bottle. And so I've sat down with Stu Smith before and talked with him about his winemaking philosophy that him and his brother share, and how it's translated into a bottle. And I'm still dazzled and stunned by this producer because of on the same site producing Cabernet Sauvignon, Riesling, and Chardonnay. And I'm always fascinated because a lot of, say, Chardonnay and Riesling would be grown in Carneros, which is much further south. Now it's because of the mountainside or the climate. Evening temperatures are really going to retain acidity in the Chardonnay and the Riesling, and hence you can do this. Do a lot of people do that? No, they don't. But there's this belief from the Smith brothers to produce these wines, and they've done so consistently year over year. Gorgeous wine here. And what I love about this is highly nuanced, yet it is expressive and completely telling that this is a Riesling wine. So 94 points out of 100 points. So on this Granny Smith apple, a bit of petrol notes, which I really enjoy, as well as flower and oyster shell notes. Gorgeous. Next, the palate characterization. So green apple notation, as well as a tart characterization of stone fruit, as well as flowers and crushed seashells. Fantastically beautiful. 94 points out of 100 points. This is a $34 suggested retail. So I've never held back a bottle of Smith-Madrone Riesling. I'd love to do so because I think it's going to, age nicely. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. More reviews to come. It's an amazing 2019. And, again, I'll place these videos right up here so you can see that. and more information on the producer. They are open to the public to visit, but make sure to have a reservation to visit. It's a smaller facility, it's a nice experience, and it's a beautiful setting. Thank you for watching. You'll find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WordPress, and more reviews to come. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Santé.